today's news. Election complaints should be responded to thoroughly. Abid Sharifov receives representatives of Qasim Beyli village. Prosecutor's office does not accept serious accusations of human rights defender. Serious problems of corporate security stock market determined.
On the 7th of July, in the Hyatt Regency Hotel, the Central Election Commission and the Council of Europe Venice Commission held a training called Considering Complaints and Appeals. Venice Commission experts and representatives of the Central Election Commission and District Election Commissions participated in the forum. The seminar participants noted the importance of educational trainings among the subjects that will file complaints and among those who will investigate complaints. Discussions were conducted on the methods and strategies of how to address complaints and appeals. This instruction on the consideration of complaints and appeals in Azerbaijan, said Central Election Commission Secretary Natik Mammadov. The Central Election Commission and District Election Commissions have expert groups to study the complaints. The Council of Europe believes that the parliamentary elections that will be held this year is a way to demonstrate democracy, said the Council of Europe General Secretary's Special Representative in Azerbaijan, Veronika Kotek. The complaints should be considered on time and effectively for free and fair elections. There should be independent and effective mechanisms to consider the complaints. Veronika Kotek considers that besides concrete facts in the appeals, the reasons for the complaints should also be investigated. The European Court of Human Rights has a decision on a complaint regarding the parliamentary elections in 2005 in Azerbaijan. The responses should be answered freely and in a timely manner. On the 6th of July, Prime Minister First Deputy Abid Sharifov received representatives of Sabirabad region Qasim Beyli village, which remains underwater. A press conference was held regarding the results of the meeting in the press center of the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety. According to meeting participant Ilham Amiraslanov, they offered to meet with one of the department chiefs on the cabinet of ministers before. However, the residents objected to it. Only after objections did Sharifov accept the residence. We were not satisfied with the general results of the meeting, which lasted for approximately 45 minutes, and we did not get a resolute response for our questions, noted Ilham Amiraslanov. According to him, the Prime Minister Deputy said that houses which can be restored will be repaired and that the houses irreparably damaged will be rebuilt. However, he did not give any information regarding when people will be allowed to return to their houses or when and to what extent compensation will be paid to residents. Mr. Abid said that the compensation will be paid to the people for necessary expenditures and Sarısı Lakes Dam will be closed during this week, said Amiraslanov. According to him, there are rumors in Sabirabad region executive administration that 3,000 manat compensation will be paid to the residents. Each economy or family that was damaged lost on average 60,000 manat in the disaster zone. Furthermore, it will be impossible to cultivate something in those places for 5 years. Total monetary damage to people is more than 100,000 manat on average. So if the government aims to pay as little compensation, it will cause serious disagreements, noted Amiraslanov.
There are serious corruption issues in the Goychay Regional Prosecutor's Office. This was claimed by human rights defender Vidadi Iskenderov in the press conference held in the Azerbaijan Media Center on the 7th of July. The investigator of the region's prosecutor's office demanded 3,000 AZN from local resident Neriman Agayev to prevent an autopsy on the corpse of his 17-year-old daughter, Zumrud Agayeva, who died due to a blood clot in November of last year. In the end, the investigator agreed to 1,000 AZN. Agayev could collect only half of the money. The rest of the money was demanded from Agayev after he accepted the girl's corpse, and then they told him that they would exhume the grave and examine her, said Eskenderov. According to Agayev, he appealed to the Azerbaijani president regarding this problem. After his appeal, the Goychay Regional Court issued a decision to exhume the girl's grave. According to the human rights defender, Agayev demands to pursue this case legally and to punish the culprits. The General Prosecutor's Office investigated Neriman Agayev's appeal that the Goychay Regional Prosecutor's Office demanded 3,000 AZM from him to prevent an autopsy from being performed on his daughter's corpse. However, that case was not affirmed. The relevant response was given to citizen Neriman Agayev regarding this. Objective TV was told this by the General Prosecutor's Office press service. On the 7th of July, the analytical web portal on the Azerbaijan's fund market, www.sehm.az, unveiled the results of the most recent virtual survey they held. Objective TV was told this by the portal's editor, Hafiz Babali. According to him, the survey was organized to find out the opinions of the participants of the corporate securities market. The survey lasted for 5 months. 23% of respondents said the violation of investors' rights interfered with the development of the corporate securities market, while 23% of respondents cited the failure to give dividends as the reason for interference. 14% of respondents stated that a lack of explanation of the shares' real prices, and 16% of the respondents said that a lack of educational advocacy interfered with the development of the corporate securities market. 10% of respondents said that information on purchasing the securities is not explained, and the inactivity of State Securities Committee regulating the market is a factor hindering the development, said Babali.